For our guest today, we have Miss Deborah Amon. She's the regional manager for the Louisiana Rehabilitation Service Agency here in the Lafayette area. And we also have Mr. Randy Broussard. He is the rehabilitation employment business man. I'm getting there. Anyway, Randy's a good guy. So let me start with you, Miss Deborah.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on with and what you do over here at the LRS.
Okay. Louisiana Rehab Services is a state agency, and we're under the Louisiana Workforce Commission. And our mission is to help individuals with disabilities prepare for, obtain, and maintain employment. So we're all about putting people to work and helping people keep their jobs.
Okay. And Randy, what is it that you do? I know I see you at a lot of job fairs and stuff like that.
That's right, Greg. I'm the employment development specialist, a job developer, so to speak, and I assist our clients with employment opportunities. Once the counselors refer the clients to me and determine they are job ready, that's when I meet with them and develop employment with them. I meet with them to assess their needs, their goals, their interest, and that type of thing. What job will be a good match? And I meet with employers to try to market their skills and to eventually lead to employment situation.
Okay. How do they find out how to reach you? How do they get in contact with you? Or is through referrals?
Yeah, referrals from the counselors.
From the counselors? Okay.
So if someone were interested in our program, they would need to call our office, 337-262-5353. They can ask questions or refer themselves. Once they've referred themselves, they'll be assigned to a vocational rehabilitation counselor that'll help them work through the process. And once they are eligible to obtain employment, then Randy would assist them if appropriate.
Okay. So you would take over, and you would take over with them with different steps that they have to go through?
Right.
In order to become job ready?
Well, actually, once they are referred to me, they are job ready.
Okay, once they refer to you, you're job ready.
The counselors help them get to that point with whatever services that they need.
Okay. Because like with LRS, I do know that you are an agency that not many people know about.
Right.
Although you've been in the community for quite some time and in the state.
Yes.
But yet you still don't know that you guys even exist. You are providing services, especially with the rehabilitation side, with the employment side and talking with employers. As you know, I did the same thing when I was working with the state, you know. So in some cases we are doing the same thing, but even doing the same things, people still don't know about us. So outside of people referring people to you, is there any other type of resource that you use to get the word out to the community or even to the region?
We do a lot of outreach. We cover an 8-parish area.
Okay.
So our counselors go out into each parish and they meet with the school system because we serve students who are exiting high school, students with disabilities. They meet with each senior before they exit high school to try and connect with them and see if they qualify for services and provide services to go to school or get a job. We also work with all other agencies such as mental health, substance abuse, OCDD, all of the agencies we go out and do outreach with so that they will know to refer people to us. We also do outreach with doctors' offices, hospitals, other specialists that might have people that need our help.
And I know for myself being a veteran, veterans are referred to you how?
Well, they can come on their own, but we also get referrals from the LWC vet rep, the VA, sometimes the Veterans Administration Vocational Rehabilitation Program. So we get veteran referrals from a number of different places.
Okay. Well, from what you just said, it just lets me know that you do have services, but still nobody knows anything about. With you, what is the most, what problem comes up most when you're trying to sell an individual to an employer? What would be one of the major stumbling blocks?
Well, mainly that depending on the client, depending
Okay.
on the situation, and some of the employers, of course, are unaware that when they find out that a person does have a disability, that may be a challenge
Okay.
because really there's still a bit of a stigma out there in the employment community. Of course, that's changing. We're trying to change that around, and I go out to, as you know, we schedule job fairs every year
Yeah,
for people with disabilities, and our last one was a great success. We had over 66 employers.
Well,
So
I'll tell you,
they
I don't
find
want to.
out.
I don't want to cut you off, but coming into this first segment here.
Okay.
We can pick up whenever we come back on the second segment.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
We will be back in about a minute or two. Okay, we're back and want to pick up where Randy left off about the employers. Can you pick up where we left off?
Yes, I mentioned we do sponsor job fairs every year for people with disabilities. And actually we had, under the DEI grant last year, was a special grant that we were written into part of, and we sponsored 3 events. We sponsored an employer symposium and a targeted healthcare job fair,
Okay.
and of course our job fair for people with disabilities, the annual job fair, which we refer to as diversity job fair. And it was, like I said, very successful. Over 66 employers were in attendance, and over almost 700 job seekers. And also, I am associated with the chambers of commerce, Broussard, Youngsville, around the area, and Lafayette, and also the Asherm organization as well, the Acadiana Human Resources Association.
Okay. Then I'm assuming, okay, making an assumption, that during these events, what type of outcome, say like maybe you had 700 participants, did the employers notify you about approximately maybe how many have they hired or
Well, we're still kind of working on that.
feedback
Yes.
is kind of tough.
It's
huh?
hard to track.
It's really hard to
Yeah.
track, but at last count, I think we had about 50 or 60 employed. I mean, that's approximate, but still, some of the employers may not be hiring at that moment, but like maybe 2 or 3 months down the road.
Yes.
There is a delay.
Yeah.
But,
So it's roughly about a 10% outcome. as
And we
far as
think
it-
that is good. We really do. Everybody that gets hired is a plus.
Tell you the truth, one person get hired.
That's right. It's worth it, yeah.
It's really worth it. I do know that when I was working with the state, okay, my biggest problem with when I was working with the veterans and trying to get veterans hired, that the stigma of PTSD was always behind the employer's mind.
Sure.
And we got to sit up there and talk with them. And do you find that maybe sometimes with employers maybe, and when it comes down to hiring veterans, that they, not saying they want to hire veterans, but they're skeptical. They want to make sure that this person is not on the edge, I guess you can say. Have you dealt with any type of problems like that, dealing with the employers?
Yes, well, as I mentioned, when they find out that we do work for vocational rehabilitation services, they seem to be somewhat guarded, somewhat concerned about about the disability. But once they interview the person, and also we have tax incentives and also benefits for the employers. As we mentioned before the program, we have an on-the-job training program where the employer can be reimbursed 100% of the salary for up to 3 months. And
100%.
100%, exactly.
Okay, I can go along with that.
That will, get their interest,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Because I do know with the VA side, it's anywhere between $4,000 up to $9,000, depending upon the disability. And sometimes that will make a significant difference, whether or not they hire a veteran or not. It seems like I'm pushing veterans and not non-veterans, but understand I can't help everybody. I'm reaching a little certain segment here, and that's the veterans, because I'm a veteran, biased towards veterans, But with you, in reaching out to, you reach more out to all of the agencies that you get in contact with.
We do.
You're not more or less, like in Randy's case, he's more or less specialized.
He is.
Where
He does the business side, and employers are our customers as well as people with disabilities. So he does the placement side. The counselors do the service side. So we work with people with all different types of disabilities. We work with people with mental health problems. They have to be in treatment, stable, and ready to go to work. We work with people with substance abuse problems, people in wheelchairs, bad backs, hearing impaired or deaf, blind or visually impaired, and any other medical condition that's a barrier to employment. So it's a wide variety of people and a wide variety of backgrounds, education, experience, everyone's different. So we make an individualized plan for everybody to determine what they need to be able to go to work.
Okay. I know the Veterans Corner is now a nonprofit, and of course, as time goes on, we want to hire veterans. Of course, you would assist us with that if I want to hire a veteran in our organization. I haven't really touched base with this, but have you ever gotten involved with a program that provides computers to veterans? Some type of, giving it to them, some type of grant to them. But I'm saying that really at a bad time, because this ends the segment. Well, look, we'll be back in a couple minutes, okay? Thank you. Okay, we're back, and right now we'll talk with Ms. Deborah, and she's going to inform us of some of the various services that they offer over here. So, Ms. Deborah, go for it. It's on you.
Okay, as I was saying before, each person is different, so each person's services are different. The first and most important, or one of the most important services, is vocational guidance and counseling. Our counselors all have master's degree in rehabilitation, so they have a lot of knowledge about vocations, what's required for a job, how to get there. So they counsel each individual when they come in, and may do some assessments like vocational evaluation to see a person's strengths and weaknesses, their abilities, their interests, so we can head them in the right direction. That's the first step. Then we may provide training, which might be college, trade school, on-the-job training that Randy talked about. We also have supported employment for people that need a job coach, somebody to go with them and help them learn the job. We also provide assistive technology, which might be artificial limbs, wheelchairs, van modifications, home modifications, and many other things, depending on the person's needs. And I always say the most important service is job placement. Because once they've gotten all the services that they need and they're job ready, they go to Randy or someone else that will help them find the job. And that's what we're all about, is getting them to that point where they can go to work. That's our goal for everyone. Now, we also have some people that come in that are already working. And something has happened where they need our help to keep their job. And prime example of this is someone who's developed a visual impairment. Their vision has decreased, and they can no longer do their job, and they're in danger of losing it. So they come to us, and we have a lot of technology that we can provide them to help them do the job and do well and keep their job. So we help people that are working or people that need to go to work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because having said that, you know, that's pretty impressive about what you
Yes.
guys do here. I'm just sorry that not many people know about it.
Right.
You know, I know working with the veterans, like for myself, like I said, I want to get involved more with the veterans and helping them with employment. Hopefully I can employ them, you know, the disabled who are homebound, in a wheelchair, can't get out like they want, not as mobile, you know. But if I can put a computer in front of them and let them work
Right.
with us, we can provide a salary or some type of compensation which they will feel that they are being productive in
Sure.
giving back
Right.
to the family rather than feel like they're just taking.
Right.
You know, I'm running into, with the veteran side, okay, as many programs that are out there for veterans, nobody knows about them.
Yeah.
They come to me a lot of times and I'm saying, or rather they tell me, we didn't even know you exist,
Right.
okay? Or they're finding me through the vet rep,
Right.
you know. But when I was a vet rep, they would tell me, I didn't know you were here, you know. Even though we got 64 parishes,
Yeah.
nobody knows they're there. And I had a young man, when they got out of the military, 2 months out of the Army from Fort Polk, he went to a profit-making organization to get his benefits.
Yeah.
And when he found out about me, I said, you realize that we do this for free for you? And he said, well, I didn't know. You left the military 2 months ago and nobody told you about it, you know?
Yeah.
Usually with the TAP program, you kind of give a lot of information out. But if you look at the TAP program, you got like about 2 days, stacks of information like this, that's too much to be
Right.
absorbed, you know? So I'm hoping that, I know I want to work with you guys if, you know, as time goes on and I can get employee veterans to work with me. And hopefully I can help them by guiding them to you
Great.
with the various resources. And I still want to do things with the veterans, such as what you're doing. I want to make an outreach to veterans themselves and what their needs are. And I want to be another resource for them to where if they need something for handicap program that it's a handicap requirement for their homes or whatever. We'll go
Right.
in and we'll just spend the money to fix them up.
Right.
You know, so we just another outlet. But I tell you what, though, we're coming close to this last segment,
Okay.
and I really appreciate it. But give us that number again, Ms. Deborah.
If anyone, a veteran or not, wants to inquire about our services, they can call 337-262-5353. We'll be glad to talk with them, answer questions, and they can refer themselves if they're ready to pursue our services.
Yeah. And any last word there, Randy? You wanna-
Okay. I just want to also add that we have just a great partnership throughout the entire region, the 8-parish area. Louisiana Rehabilitation Services work very closely with the Business Career Solutions Center, also LEDA, Goodwill, and they all come together and assist us in, with the job fairs and other activities that we
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to end this last segment, and I really appreciate you guys for coming on. Ms. Deborah, thank you. I know I want to meet with you again and do another show.